Hi Felix, do you have anything you would like to say? Oh, wow. Okay, how fitting for what I wanted to record. That he is just chilling and enjoying the view in a little patch of vines. I just felt inclined to make a little video talking about slowing down because oh my god, it is something that I so need to do. I saw this video on Instagram the other day where this guy was talking about how we are basically just taking in so much information all the time and not really taking the time to process it and to enjoy the process of learning new things and of the in-between stage and of basically struggle and life and just experience, in the sense that we are kind of just living as like checkboxes and living these checkbox lives, living these checkbox living these checkbox lifestyles where we are kind of just living to mark things off of our to-do list, and we aren't actually enjoying doing them and enjoying the process and the journey of actually doing the things. And that we are kind of just, as a society, rushing through things and just really leaning into a lot of convenience, which, you know, could definitely be so nice at times, and something that has been really helpful for me at certain periods of my life where I didn't feel like I had as much energy to be able to do things the way that I would normally like to. But I think in general, this mindset can be really damaging and can just take away from really what life is supposed to be, which is just experience and really enjoying the journey just as much as the destination. And yeah, he was just talking about how there's only a handful of activities really where we can't fast forward them, and how just like precious those things are and how important they are, such as like listening to music, listening to a symphony. It's like you can't rush that, you can't fast forward through that. It has to play out. Same with having sex too. That is generally an activity where you kind of forget about time and you just are fully immersed in the experience. For me, I really have always loved cooking and really loved the act of like cutting up my ingredients and just really taking my time to have it be like a full sensory experience, and putting intention into my food and just really enjoying the process of creating it, instead of just, I don't know, trying to rush and just complete things or just order in, which of course I love to do sometimes too. But I think just like returning back to just really slowing down and just making the most of the process. And I think that there's just this underlying culture of rush and of needing to get things done and of productivity. And while I think it's really great and important to get things done, I think it's just really important to be conscious throughout the process. Take a shot every time I say the word fucking process throughout this video, but it really is just like, it is just such an important part, and it just is sad that it feels like we're trying to bypass so much of life, because that time is really precious, and those are like moments of our life that we don't get back. And I just have felt myself like taking on that kind of underlying feeling of rush lately in my life, especially living in LA, because it's just so grounded in the culture there, and it just really is the norm. And I really try to stay aware and I try to be conscious of it, but I think that subconsciously I can easily fall into it, and I think that almost anyone would when that's all you're feeling around you. But I really noticed this strongly the other day when I went to get my car worked on in Santa Monica, and there's like this beautiful park right across the street from the car dealership, and from the car repair guy. And in the past, when I've gotten my car worked on, I've gone and I've like laid out at that park, and just, it's beautiful. There's really nice grass and shady spots, and it's just like really beautiful. But this time, after my car was done getting fixed, I didn't have anything going on that day, and I still I thought about going to the park for a second, and it just, I don't know, sounded like too much, or I just was like, oh, I should get home and whatever, even though I didn't have anything to do. And so I got in my car and I started driving home, and then I literally had this moment of like, what the fuck am I doing? I have nothing going on today. Why would I not just go and like lay and just like take a little bit of time for myself to just be outside and touch grass, which are things I really love to do and feel so important to me and beneficial to me. So I literally had gotten on the freeway already, turned around, got off the freeway, went back to the park, and I was so happy that I did, because it was so beautiful. It was so nice to just like lay underneath a tree and just take deep breaths. And like, I think it really is almost like an act of rebellion to fight against that urge to feel like I need to be doing the most, and to just allow myself to just like feel the breeze and just like look at the leaves move and listen to little kids run around and laugh and just tend to my nervous system, and just kind of take that energy with me throughout the rest of my day. And it just is scary to me that I didn't want to go there initially, and not like I always have to go to the park or I always have to make that decision, but just the fact that I really had nothing else going on, but just feeling like I needed to get home to do things when I really, really didn't even have things to do. It just worries me, and I think that I just really, really, really am going to be trying to combat that energy and rebel against it. And remind myself that it is okay for me to slow down and to take my time and to enjoy this journey and to really immerse myself in whatever activity I am doing, whatever task I am doing, to feel my hands touching things, to smell things, to taste things, and to just like fully immerse myself in my senses, and to take deep breaths and just fucking slow it the heck down. And just knowing that like the time is gonna pass anyways, and I would just much rather live a life that feels full and that feels like I'm fully engaged in it, rather than just trying to get things done for the sake of getting things done, because it's kind of like, at what cost, you know? I got it done, but did I even enjoy myself while I was doing it? Did I even have time to take in the experience? Did I even have time to integrate the experience? So I really think it's a conscious decision that we have to make. And this also reminds me of this Esther Hicks video that I'd listened to a couple of years ago, where she talks about how when we are all spirit, like before we are born, we are able to, in her opinion, I guess, and this resonates with me, but we are able to instantly manifest things and instantly will whatever we want into reality, because we don't have any restrictions of this like human reality, you know? And it's just like we're capable of kind of doing whatever we want. But we come here to this human reality to experience life as humans and to experience struggle and time and just the journey and process of creating our lives and allowing things to unfold. And just like, I know it can be so frustrating when we want something to manifest instantly, or when we're working at something and we just want it to come to fruition, we want it to happen, and it can be discouraging when it feels like it's taking a while. But I just think that actually that process is so rewarding, and we learn so much about ourselves in the process, and that life would actually be really boring if we could just snap our fingers and instantly have whatever we want. And I think it would take a lot of the sacredness out of things, and a lot of just like, I don't know, it's so satisfying to know that you worked for something and that you created something and that you enjoyed the process of it and that you were conscious and aware during the process of it, and then to get to see it unfold before you is just so magical and so amazing and just the best feeling. And I just feel like if we could do that instantly, things would lose their value. And so as frustrating as it can be to have to sit through things and allow things to take their time, I think just trying to be super, super conscious of just trusting that it is going to happen, and just really, really, really making a point to enjoy the journey as much as the thing that you are trying to create, or that you want to enjoy once it comes to fruition. And yeah, just trying to make the most out of all of it. So yeah, this is something I'm going to try to be very conscious of, and just gonna try to take deep breaths and allow myself to go at my pace and do what feels good and do what feels right, and to not feel like I'm going too slow and to not feel like I need to be doing the most. And honestly, I struggle with this so much. I sometimes get so filled up with just energy and just like I feel like I'm gonna burst if I don't go and do things. Like I feel like I have to be moving a lot, and I don't know if I have like undiagnosed ADHD. I've always been curious about that, or what, or if I just like to move, or if I've just taken on this energy, whatever. But I understand it can be really, really hard to slow ourselves down. But I'm on this journey with you guys, and I'm really, really going to try to do it, because just after seeing that video on Instagram about checkbox lives, I just don't want to live my life that way. And I just want to be able to take in all of the beauty and all of the magic and feel like it is safe for me to slow down and safe for me to go at my pace. So I'm in this with you guys, but I just wanted to send out this little message, because it is where I'm at right now as well. But I love you guys, and I will see you guys again soon. Okay, bye!